heard opera singing like on the wing, which was so profound. Like, usually you just hear banging doors and alarms and people talking crap. My name's Conrad Bruce. I was an inmate in Pentonville for, I think, 7.5 months this time for doing graffiti on trains. That's me. Yeah, I'm a grapper. Yeah. Priest rhymes with beast. I'm in the belly of both. I'll use the banker as an anchor just to steady my boat. I've got the yin, the yang, the big and the bang. The shit hit the fan, middle finger to the man. A life without a plan is one that's easily sent, so be sure to pay credit in debt to the bank. For this fucked up world, you better give them some thanks, because they're the ones sending all the other countries the tanks. Yeah.
I'm Emma Dogliani, and I started up Music in the Ville around 2018. It's a music project that developed when I first started coming in as a prison visitor. Pentonville is a remand prison. When I started in 2017, I think 40% of the men were on remand, but now it's like 80–90% of the men are on remand. It's only really designed for men who being there for a few months, but at the moment, also with the courts backed up, some men are there for several years.
Without Music in the Ville, like, my time in jail would have been a hell of a lot harder. A hell of a lot harder. I'm not musically trained, I'm not a singer, but like when you're doing group singing and you sing all these songs together, it creates this vibe, and you go back to your cell and you're kind of elevated, and you just only really care about the next session, the next class. Yeah.
The men really collaborate, they really support each other. The mood is sort of buoyant, and then when we leave it's calmer and more positive, and apparently the men talk about it for quite a lot. Did you see those guys earlier? Oh, did you see that woman singing opera? Another really nice thing about it is that the staff interact with the men, or when a man comes and performs and does something, often the staff see that guy in a different light. I'm
custodial manager Clark. I've worked in HMP Pentonville for around 5 years, and I've been part of the Music in the Ville journey for a couple years now. It allows prisoners to step out of their comfort zone. Prisoners are encouraged to sing, rap, perform. Prisoners who have never even done any of those things before. Whether they've got mental health issues, whether they've got family issues, whether they've got issues with the staff on the wing, they can forget about that. It means that they trust me more. It means that they see me as a human as much as I see them as a human, and that breaks down a lot of barriers. And it kind of just means that we see each other as people rather than one in uniform, one in prison kit, Sometimes I drop them back to their wing and we're still singing the songs from Music in the Ville, going through the landings, singing "Somewhere Only We Know," as we're walking. And it's just beautiful. Like, it just gives me such a sense of happiness, and it gives me such a sense of hope.
My name's Charles, and I'm a musician working for Music in the Ville. It's just a beautiful thing, kind of being in a room with starting with nothing and working towards something together. And there are struggles, and there are good days, and there are bad days, but when it comes together, it's so worth it. And that's good for them and good for me, because we're going on a journey together. Being seen and being heard is really, really important. And a lot of those guys aren't seen and aren't heard.
It's all about like rehabilitation, reform, because if you're not going to do that, all you're going to do is penalise people and put them in a bad place with bad people and make them feel crap about themselves, and then when they come out they're just going to perpetuate the same negative cycles. And so why the hell would you not want to promote like positivity in a negative place. No.
You don't cancel Music in the Ville. You don't cancel Music in the Ville because people will be so upset by it, and people tell their family about it. They practice in their cells. They write lyrics in their cells. How beautiful is that? Music literally heals the soul, and I think it really heals so many souls in the prison service.
Music in the Ville should be like, not just in the Ville, like in every other prison, like